The end of the beginning. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Hi, this is Shar. And this is Real Reactions. What's this in my mouth? This is Real Reactions and Real Reviews by Shar. I'm not editing this out. Welcome to my channel. Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for coming by. Hi, I am Shar. I am your reactions auntie. I like to dress in my MUMU. This is the MUMU review for the finale of the later dates. Y'all, I'm 2 months late, but I'm right on time at the same time, Hey, welcome. Episode 8 is finally here, y'all. I got my notebook here to do notes. I didn't like it. I didn't like the finale. Just being honest. I wasn't impressed. I really wasn't impressed. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't really impressed with it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hopefully I can get it up here, y'all. I am waiting for a new crisper camera. So that'll be coming on my next set of reviews that I'll be having coming up soon. But regarding this one, I didn't like it. I don't know if I just didn't like it because it's over or I was expecting more. I mean, it was a very fairy tale ending. But some of the people, y'all, I follow on social media, and some of their endings ain't as happy as it looked on the camera. Especially with the niece, Willie. And Willie and Lori know each other. Auntie Rich Auntie Lori and Big Willie, they know each other because they took a picture together. If I can find it, if I can edit this stuff and add it up here, I'm going to add it on here. But on TikTok or Instagram, I'm one of them because I follow Lori. I follow Felton. I might start following Willie. I saw on TikTok that a niece, I'm just going to do a quick, up-to-date version. I saw a quick, like a series that a niece did on her TikTok, giving people pointers as to how they got, how she got cast for the show. So she said it was a long process, maybe a few months, and they had asked her all these series of questions. They were really digging into her life to find out, is she really ready for it? And even after you've asked all the damn questions, you still don't know. They still had questions upon questions and not sure if this person is the right one. And they had answers and they had hesitations and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know if these people are still together. Maybe I should have had that, but I do follow them. And like I said, I saw Lori. Lori was like, ain't nobody telling her to get rid of her glasses but her. Thanks, Logan, but no thanks. And I ain't mad at you, Lori. But Lori, you do got some walls up. It's a shame that somebody had to tell you that. And then you was like, oh, really? Well, we'll get to that later. But anyway, thank you for coming. So again, I break down each character according to their story. I don't be doing no double dutch, y'all going back and forth, trying to find out, trying to keep up with the story. Because I'm recapping. That's what somebody told me. I recap. I don't review. I don't react. I recap. I kind of react too. But yeah, I do. I take little notes and I add my little fire to it. Just, that's how the way I see it. They might have said the dog is over here. But I might say, child, that wolf is standing right there. That's how I do. So anyway, thank you for coming. Let me get to it. It's already 3 minutes in. So we're going to talk about, well, the question of the day is, what is your love language? So what is your specific love language? I think mine is physical touch because I like hugs. I hug everybody. I never meet a stranger. I love to touch my boyfriend, my kids. They don't like to hug and stuff, but they do. My daughter is big enough I can sit on her lap. My son hugs, so I do like to hug. I do like to do that and physical touch, and I love to kiss and stuff. So I think that's my act of service, and I like to give. I don't know if that's part of it. So what's yours? What is yours? I would love to know what yours is. Suzanne says hers act of service. Lori never gave hers unless I missed that. She said about her sons. I'm thinking that her son might have been like in a giving mood, always giving that girlfriend of his stuff. It sounded like to me Lori didn't like her too much. That's what I'm getting. Although it was a really short scene, but I feel like that her son was used. And he gave that girl all his, and she didn't like it, so she automatically said he likes to give. Like, Lori, what's yours? You sure do have walls. I can see what they mean. She will not let her walls down with people. Nate says physical touch. Jackie was like, I remember that, boo. That dimple. I remember them touches. That dimple be coming. You see, I got a little bit of one, but his is way, way deep. You know. Anise said physical touch. We know Anise. I thought you said you don't tell, but we know. We know Anise. Pam says hers is Italian. When I tell you I want to go on that tour with her and Dwight, we'll see her. Well, I'll talk about her real quick. She done started, girl, and got into a whole what is it, business with Dwight. Because she's into travel because she used to be a flight attendant, and he had his own tour, Atlanta tour service. Remember he said it in one of two episodes ago. So anyway, her and Dwight got together. They have this Atlanta tour, and they have all these friends and all these older women giving their little star signs. One said, "I'm a Libra," the other said, "I'm a Cancer," and I think the White said he's a Capricorn or something like that. I can't. Please don't fire me. I just don't remember what he said. But anyway, one of the ladies was like, "Your star sign and my star sign is compatible." I was like, "Oh, okay, you flirting with the White? Okay, the White." So it looked like it was a lot of fun. One of the ladies on the bus, her name was Joy, and Joy had her friends. And they did the little party bus, and they did their Soul Train line down the aisle and had a good time. And so Pam's whole thing is that she's learning to not be so pessimistic in life, that she's learning how to live, love life. She's always been like that. I don't know why she just settled down, because she was married to a rocker, somebody, I think she was a groupie, but she had that type of fast life. But I think with age, she became to be more pessimistic. And no, I ain't going to town and I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. But she wound up being more fun and looking forward to the future instead of living in the past. That's what Logan said. And she's so proud of her. But that damn Pam talking about her love language is Italian. Pam, I'm going to come to Atlanta just so that I can meet you. You crack me up. Okay, who should we talk about? They didn't talk about Greg. The only thing they talked about Greg is that he has gotten better about quickly figuring out if a person is for him or not, and to build confidence in dating. I think that with him divorcing his two wives, it had him hesitant about even dating, and definitely about going to town. Greg said once he's settled, he ain't going into downtown Atlanta. Because it is. They got that Spaghetti Junction. And when I went to go see Usher back in October, I could see why. It's a mess. I know I said it before, but that spaghetti, all this, and that was just too much for me. So I understand Greg. So they really didn't do much of an update with Greg. Who is next? Um, uh, Lori. Lori. Let's give a Lori. Felton calls her, "What's up?" He said he's in Atlanta, he's in town. He felt bad. I wonder why he came to town. I don't think he came to town just because he missed her birthday. He wanted to make it up to her, but that's what he said. I don't believe you, Felton. He said he wants to make it up to her. He promises. She said, "Well, hopefully you bring me a bottle of wine and a fedora." He said, "Well, we'll see that, but what I can promise you is a pickup service." So he got a car to pick her up. So he was in the car. They finally arrived. So she says she don't know what he wants, and maybe they'll still be friends. But the fact that he asked her out on a date is huge for her. So she was excited. She sounds happy that he's going to, pick her up and they can ride together and have a good time. She acted real schoolgirlish with him. She really does. She has a strength, but she has that little girl side to her too. So she goes on the date. He's dressed really nice in his emerald green leather jacket, fedora with a little Gucci feather in the top. He looked good. He's a real dapper dresser. And Lori had all black. And I pressed pause before I knew what her next words were. I thought that if this was going to be a date with Felton, I felt that her outfit that she had on was not date appropriate. It was more, she said she wanted to make sure and find out if they were just friends or could it grow into something better. In my opinion, how the way she came to the date was like a friend would dress. Like we just going out chilling, talking, having a good time, kicking it. That's how it looked like to me, how she was dressed. And then I pressed play and she said that she almost wore a sexy dress for him. I was like, see, I was right. It's like the way she was dressed was the way a friend would dress. I would dress that if I'm going out with some of my male friends. But if I'm dressing going out with my boo, oh, the girls is going to be girling, honey. And is it going to be tight? Everything's going to be high and lifted up, baby. That's how I go out. So he kind of was like, okay. He didn't say much when she mentioned about the sexy dress. So she brings up a conversation with him about his watch. You know, she's touchy feely all over him. She asks him, "That's a nice watch, honey. What? I don't see a brand on it. Is that a brand?" He was like, "Amazon." She's like, "Hmm? What? Amazon?" He was like, "It was a dope deal. I thought it was nice." So I went and bought it. Oh my God, Phelps. You're just so, ah, girl. Um, so she, like I said, she's very touchy feely. He had on a green button up jacket, leather drag jacket, but he had a white T-shirt on. I noticed that underneath. She said, "See," she mentioned the white T-shirt, but she said, "But a man has to know how to clearly pair it just right for her." And clearly, Felton had on the white tee, and it it made her. It was satisfying to her eyes on what he had. So, I saw that he was texting on his phone. So I was pressing pause so I can take some notes on what she said about him with the white tee. And then how I paused it, he was on his phone and she looking over his shoulders to see who he's texting. I caught that while I was taking my notes. And I can tell that if they were in a relationship, that she would probably ask him, "Who you texting? We on a date. Why in the world are you texting him right now? You ain't in town that much. What?" I felt that in my shanana that she would be, asking him all these damn questions. So then all of a sudden she tells us, "I'm trying to find my way to work up these questions so I can know exactly where we stand." So out of the blue, she asks him if he wants to get married again, if you want to be in a relationship. He was like, he eventually said, "I eventually will. All of us want to have somebody that we can grow old with." And so she asked him, "So what you think about me?" Check. And he said, "Well, God brings people into our life to blah, 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 blah." That's what I heard. Because all that other stuff, it was BS. It was bullshit to me. It was bull. Because what does God have to do with him bringing in people in your life and blah, 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 blah? She said, "Child, honey, he's clearly deflecting because I asked him specifically about me." So she said, "Well, you had me feeling some kind of way when you didn't come to my party." And so she asked him again, what you like? Do you like me? I like you. You know that? He's like, mm-hmm. "So I want to know, how do you feel about me without you going around the world and I. What's up, Nick?" He thinks she's a good person. She's good people's. But that she has a block up around her on certain things. She has a block up. Blocks around her. She said, "Really? Lori, the man been telling you that the whole time. Even Logan told you have blocks up. Your children tell you have blocks up. You even said it in one of your interviews that you got some stuff you need to work on. You got to keep that rich auntie vibe going on so it can really deter men. That's a block." He says you always express your feelings when it's not always a good time to do so. So she was like, okay, that's for good feedback. That's good feedback. So she asked if he had any romantic feelings for her or is it just business? And he said that he didn't think of it that way. Most times when I reach out to you in your DM, it's about what you got going on. It ain't about her. It ain't about I miss you. What you got going on. And you could tell the look of disappointment that was on her face. And then so she said the next word. I pushed pause, but the next sentence she says, "I was very disappointed." And it's true. But I always am like this. I think the same way like Lori. She said, "But at least he was honest." And she happy that she didn't put that sexy dress on her. He was honest. A lot of us women, we want men to be honest with us about if they feel us, why they ghost us. They don't want to hurt our feelings, but if they're honest, our feelings are going to get hurt. And you just have to really know how to roll with the punches. Put on another set of boxing gloves and get ready to, or take them off and get your nails done and get ready for the next thing. That's what you need to do. So yeah, they're going to remain friends. And she said she was really, really happy that they had that conversation. And she's going to really work on continuing. She said she's hoping to be married within the next 2 years. I'm like, I don't think so, Lori. I'm an optimist, but I'm a realist too. I don't think so. You're gonna need somebody that's on the same vibe as you, but you already know what you need, like with the party scene and stuff. And they're gonna have to be just as busy as you are, and y'all gonna have to meet in the middle. But I hope that you do. I really do want you to be married. But they asked about what your 5 year plan. She said within 2 years she's hoping to be married, unless she got somebody on the side she kicking it with we don't know about. Okay, let's talk about Miss Suzanne. Y'all know her. We hear her kids screaming out the word PENIS, like loud. And I guess it's some type of game that whoever yells it the loudest wins. I ain't never heard of this before, unless I unless you're in the midst of having some fun time, and it ain't necessarily called that, if you know what I mean. Anyway, they said that the rules of the game is that you have to be in a quiet place. So if you're like in a movie theater and it's a really serious scene and everybody's quiet, you gotta say penis. That's not funny. Ain't nothing cute about it. It's very childish. But anyway, so Suzanne's mother-in-law is there, Miss Dottie. Miss Dottie was super cute. She was really cute. She said peanuts. Then Suzanne was like, "Mama," that's her mother-in-law, Miss Dottie. It's not peanuts, baby. It's penis. Oh, penis. So yeah. So Logan comes by the house to catch up. So Suzanne tells her about her date with Jeff at the vineyard and her second date on the boat ride. She said Logan tells her that her kids that your mom is crushing it on these dates and the proof is in the pudding and everybody wants Suzanne's pudding. How funny is that? Suzanne tells Logan what she does want. She knows that she wants something that's long term. She don't want to waste no time, so she decided to pursue a relationship with one of the men that she met. I thought it was going to be what's his name, Jeff. I don't know, Greg. No, one of them, the one with the white hair. I thought it was going to be him, but no, she was like, "Girl, no, it ain't him. Girl, it's Avery, the one who's not the Bulldogs fan." I can't stop thinking about that man. That's what she said. So she said she called Avery, and every time she talks to him, he makes her smile. So he reached out to her and called her, and so she mentions Jeff. That's his name, Jeff, to us and say how much of a great dude he was. But she just could not stop thinking about Avery. Avery was a cutie pie too, and I think he was a little bit younger than her. So she explains that their pace was too fast. She explained that to Avery, and she wanted to make sure that he was sincere. Because he asked, like, what was it that made you unattractive? What was the pause? And that's what she said. We was moving too fast, baby. We had to put a slow down on that train. I wanted to try out somebody else just to make sure, and to make sure that you were sincere. And I guess he didn't reach out. He was, proving himself to her while she was dating Jeff, and it just didn't work out with Jeff. So she wanted to get back with him, even though he's not a Bulldogs fan. She still wanted to go out with him. So she enjoys their laughter. She goes out with him again. They get to know each other a little bit better because time is everything. That's what they always said. So they said goodnight to each other and they kissed the phones. He actually kissed his phone and she didn't kiss hers. He kissed his. So 2 months later, we catch up with them. They're seeing each other for 2 months. The interviewer asked Avery, "What do you like about her?" He says, "Everything." And she, while he was twirling his fingers, "Oh, honey." She's just laughing and snorting. He said, "That's what I love the best, that." So he said she's super cute, sense of humor. She knows more about college football than any female that he's ever known in his life. And they was playing like some really sexy music in the background. So I don't know what that was about. And he says she knows a lot about everything and she's absolutely beautiful. I thought that was charming. And they are taking their time. They're learning to relax with one another. He asked if she is wanting to get married again. He asked her to her. She was like, I'm not quite in a rush, but I hope to one day. He says I'm open to it too. So I thought that was cute. It's really strange how a lot of us women back in the day we were so ready and rushed to get married. But now we're really hesitant, whether we had a divorce or two or we lost our husband due to being a widow. We really are taking our time. Like me, like I mentioned before, I'm a twice divorcee, and I'm in love with my boyfriend. I love him. Um, but I don't know if I want to like marry again. I don't know. I just don't know. And he's at the same space. He's divorced once, and He's not sure either. That doesn't mean that we're not going to spend our lives together, but I don't know. I don't know. That ain't about me. Shit. Anyway, they're going to take it one day at a time, and every day is better than the day before. So I thought that was sweet. So talked about Lori, talked about Suzanne. Who was Nate, honey? Talked about Pam, Greg. We'll leave Willie and a niece at the end, like they did for the show. So Nate, remember in the last episode, he was asking a specific person out on a date again, and they decided to go to this comedy club. The comedy club was dry. I thought I saw a tumbleweed roll down the aisle. It's dry. So they make a date for a comedy club. I guess he knew the comedian. I guess. It was empty. The person that he decided to pick was Michelle. You know, Michelle with the shaved head, honey, and army body. You know, the smart mouth. I love Michelle. Michelle is cool as hell. So, she said, you know, he reached out to her. She was like, she was happy to hear from him because she was looking forward to going out with him again too, if I can talk. And so he liked Michelle because her kids are older. She's in her second career and she really does enjoy life. So they meet up at the comedy club. She has on her red. They give each other a big hug and get compliments. Look at you. I mean, look at you. I mean, look at you. You looking like, no, look at you. You know, going back and forth. And then that dimple, hun, you know, that one that got Jackie pregnant. You know, that that dimple pops out. Look at you, that dimple. You got one on the other side. No, we just got it on this. I see that dimple. You know. And so they ordered pizza. He was like, well, let's take these drinks outside. So she had her hair was down first, but she put that stuff in the top knot. Either way looks real sexy on her. And so they go outside to take their pizza, and her pizza has shrimp on it. And he was like, oh, he's like, I don't eat that. She's like, oh God, why? He's like, I'm allergic to it. She said, well, damn, I'm a pescatarian. Damn. She said, I do eat a little piece of chicken now. She said, I can't wait. She said, call them the barnyard pimps. I guess that's what they're called, chickens. But they're barnyard pimps. So she said she eat that every now and then. So she asked him, did you tell your kids about me? And he was like, what you mean? Well, did you? He said, yes, he did. And that he said that he had a good time with her at the pool and that she's very feisty. And he seems to like that. She said, am I really? He says, yes, because you're wearing red right now. She said, actually, I wore this red for you. It has nothing to do with me being feisty. I think that she's a Delta. I think so. Because Deltas are the sister. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is a black sorority. And the Omega Psi Phi's, that's what he is. He is a part of Omega Psi Phi. The Deltas are a sister group to Omega Psi Phi. So I think that's why she wore the red, because she might be a Delta. That's what I feel. I could be wrong, but I think that's what she is. So she tried to straighten up to be proper. She said, because I'm not really, they went back and forth about her being feisty. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. So she tried to be all proper and it looked very uncomfortable for her. So it's not her. He said, girl, that ain't you. So he was happy that she joined him on their second day. She said, me too. And I loved her shoes. Her shoes was fire. They were really cute. They were like clear and they looked like they were like caged in. Toes was out. It was really cute. So she asked him, what you and your dating coach be talking about? What she be telling you? So he said that Logan has told him that he needs to work on not hindering other people to come into his life. He will find that one thing and then block them immediately. And he's trying to work on that. So he could be rigid in how he's trying to keep himself, keeps himself not getting out of order. He likes to keep things in order too much. And so he needs to get out of the box. Sometimes there are going to be some mistakes. Some things are going to happen. Just flow with it. You don't have to be so much in order all the time. So she says, okay. So Michelle was like, okay. So she had an example of 2 wine glasses on the table. So if there's wine glasses right there, and if I move one over out of place, what you going to do? He was like, said, if it's at my house, I'm going to put it right back in place. She was like, oh. He's like, oh, so you low key OCD. He was like, it's not OCD. She said, well, what is it called? He was like, I like some sense of order. She said, so I can be, I'm not really a messy person or anything, but I'm like the military. dress right dress. And he had a surprise on his surprised look on his face. So she was like, "Is that an issue?" And he was like, "No, because if you live at your house and you keep your house a mess, then that's your problem. It ain't got nothing to do with me." And so she was like, "I understand that, but like when I'm moving and grooving, like we all women we do. We might have a dress here, some stockings there, some shoes over there. Like, we try to lay things out, make sure that it's right. So clothes and shit might be all over the place." She said, "Would that be a problem?" He was like, "No, because you live at your house." She said, "Well, what if we're together?" He said, "Well, before I leave, I make sure that all of my clothes are hung up and back to where they need to be." So they go back and forth about if the clothes are there, why not handle them when you get back? He wants to be able to do it before he leaves, so when he comes back from a date, then he can just sit back and rest. He don't want to come home to no chaos and no bullshit all over the place. He wants to come home and chill. She said, "You can come home and do that." He was like, "No, you can't." "Yes, you can." He said, "No, you can because it's your house. But you coming to my house, no, we're not doing that." I was like, so she said, so you was like, you are like, you don't like to live in the moment. You are more concerned about what's there. He immediately says no. So they go back and forth about whether he the type of person that likes to live in the moment or not. And he says, "No, I'm not." He said, "I just can't live in chaos." I mentioned that earlier. He has to keep it clean. Michelle was like, "Okay." "I'm just learning something else about you." And then he said, "You ready to go?" She was like, "Yeah, because I'm taking this with me. This is the go box for me. I'm taking this home." So Jackie comes over later, and she goes right into his refrigerator for something to drink. And she was like, "Hello, I want something to drink." He was like, "You just can't be. This ain't your house. You can't be going up in there." So she stops and teases him. And remember, they're brother and sister, although they have a baby together. So she asked, "Well, how about, how the dates going?" He said, "Well, I had some successful dates with some beautiful women." He finally tells her that he finished the whole process. He tells her about Michelle, but he does not like a cluttered home. Of course, Jackie knows that, which gave him a pause on her. Then he decided to go and reach back out to Lisa, the light skin with the beautiful one that was right before Michelle. And he felt that Lisa at that time was ready to move into relationships with people way too fast for him, and he wasn't ready for it. So when he reached back out to Lisa, Lisa's like, "Well, I already got somebody." He's like, "See, that's what I mean. 3 weeks later, she already got somebody." "Yeah, you snooze, you lose." That's what Jackie said. So he tells Jackie that he's glad that he went through the process. He tells Jackie that he appreciates her for coming along with him in the process. And she was like, "Yeah. And that just tells me that you appreciate my input." "So what now?" And he says, "I will just have to give me a life alert." I don't know what that means. Somebody out there, can you tell me what he meant about that? I don't know what he meant. So at the end of their life learning update, him and Jackie gave this long, lustful, quiet stare at each other. Because he said, "I'm just hoping I can find the right person." And he says, "And I hope that you can find the right man for you too." And they said, "In due time." And he's like, "Okay." I was like, that was very weird. That was the end of Nate. Uh, yeah, that was very weird. I don't think that he's through with Jackie. I think that him and Jackie have some unfinished stuff to tap into. I think that they are definitely more than just brother and sister. The way that they laugh and communicate, like even though Jackie was not there physically with him on those dates, her energy is there. She's there. Whether he wants to admit it or not, Jackie is there. She was there through every episode. Like there were some episodes when you didn't even see the main character, but you saw Jackie. Jackie was there, and I don't know. It's hard for me to feel that they could be best friends like that, and they have a child, and she can just come over there all the time. I don't know. I just think that they have more there with each other. Because Jackie didn't even say that she don't have nobody. Normally a woman would move on. You know, does she have a boyfriend? Does she have a husband? Does she have a fiance? What is Jackie doing? Why she's always over at his house? I guess they're like, well, Shara, she's recording, but I don't know. I just see that girl looking. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. See right here. I'm giving the same side eye to Jackie and Nate. And now we have Willie and Anise. I think that's the last of the people. I'm going through my list. Yes. Okay. Willie and Anise, well, they opened up the show with them still kissing. You know how they was like facing each other. They was kissing in the park and everything. So they was doing a little Anise and Mr. Willie. Mr. Willie and Anise. They did like 3 or 4 times. It was corny but cute. And so she says, I think you like me. He said, I sure do, girl. That's right. So they kissed and they was moaning, and it was it was looked like it was just so yummy, like the most sweetest, yummiest, butteriest sweet potato pie. And you could see their tongues just intertwining with each other as they were kissing. And he was like, her kisses started off soft, like when they first started. Then as they kept doing it over and over again, that cougar started coming out, that growl, and she was eating his fucking face up, baby. She was eating it up. But in the background, there was some girl back there. I was like, who that? Who that girl back there? It's real blurry. I was like, who that woman, Hoppo? Who that? Y'all kiss her like that? Who that child? Dark skinned child, and I don't know if she wanted a producer or a girl that was just out there in the field. I don't know, but who that chocolate girl back there while y'all almost making love on the rocks? She can't be back there, boo. Thought y'all said y'all wanted to wait for the third date. I was like, who that? So she's just trying to slow down, trying to have some type of control over her feelings, approach him with caution. And they were kissing each other, and the camera was panning out. Y'all hear that? I got it too. Grabbing that back there, baby. He was grabbing it. So I mentioned earlier that Lori knows Willie. They are Lori is a Delta and Willie is an Omega. Because at the end, they look Anise and Willie look really nice in their white at the restaurant together. So Lori was like, "That's my bruh Willie. When he come to town, we be turned up." I'm like, "Ooh, I don't trust that." So I need to look at what updates are with Anise. So am I that invested in it? I don't know. I'm not that invested. I'm just invested in the show. However way they handle their love life after that. But she did give some. I don't know if her and Willie are still together though. I have to look it up and see. If you know, let me know. Mention it below if you know that Anise and Willie are still kicking it. If did they do it though? I want to know if they did it because I think that she wanted to do it. He did too, but she wanted to do it more. It, you know what I mean? So the producer asked them as a couple because they finally sat together. The couple, the producer was like, "What's going on with y'all?" And Willie was like, "Well, I'm just hanging out with a niece." She's like, "What? Hanging out? Oh, honey, you talking about somebody else? It ain't just me." He's like, "No, no, no. It's a little bit more than just hanging out with her. I was just kidding. I was just, I was just, it's just jokes, baby. It's just jokes, hanging out." So they look great together, like I said. She finally met his mama. They look really good. They took a selfie together. They went to go see one of my favorite movies. I love The Color Purple. I did a whole crying reaction to when the preview came out, when the trailer came out like 2 summers ago. I boo-hooed on it. So if you want to go back and watch it, scroll through and you'll find it. I love The Color Purple. I was in it twice. Not the movie, but the play. I did the play here locally twice. I was Shug and I was Sophia, and for Sophia I won an award. I'm good at what I do. I found out, he was a mega, just like Nate. Him and Nate are frat brothers. I wonder, do they know each other? They might. She feels that Willie is her person. She feels safe with him. You can tell that she feels safe with him. And she gives him a lot of peace. She says that I feel like I'm the only candy in the candy store that he gets a chance to look at and enjoy. And they just giggle, giggle, giggle. Every time you see them together, they just giggle, giggle with each other. Even the producer was like, "Y'all are so giggly." I was like, "Well, that's what we do." And that was it. That was the whole show. I'm happy that I did go through this season. It was really fun to do. I'm really surprised. that they didn't really, that Greg didn't find anybody. But remember, they only brought him in, what, episode number 5? We was halfway through it, more than halfway through before they brought him in. So, some people are just set in their ways, but it's good to know that you still have people who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s and 70s still looking for love. And it's possible. It's definitely possible. You just have to take a chance, step out of the box, really have fun. Don't be so serious. Take your time. Yes, we only have one life to live and we're getting older, but take your time. You don't have to rush into anything, and be honest. Like, excuse me, be honest. If you're freaky and you want somebody to suck on your pinky while you're drinking a sweet tea on a cool Sunday afternoon, tell that person that. Give that person a chance to really internalize it and be like, do I want somebody? Do I want that? Let's try it. That's what I'm saying. Just be honest. No matter how off the wall you feel like it is, be honest with the person that you're interested in. And don't be so locked into them so quickly. Be their friend. Have fun when it comes to dating. Dating can be so much fun, but so many people want to get married, don't want you to be dating other people, want you to stop, which is good. That's what you're supposed to do. But eventually the cream rises to the top. If you have 5 people that you're dating and you just, you're interested in one, that one is going to rise. I promise. Well, not what you mean, but, but the cream rise. Okay. The best one will win. The best one will win. Stop taking dating so serious. Yeah, you have to really open up your mind and open up your heart to different experiences and different people. And don't be so locked into your city and your town and your street. This world is such a great oyster. No matter what's going on around us, there's still love there. There's still hope there. And create your own world. And you can do it. You can definitely do it. No matter how old you are, whether you're in your 20s to your 90s. Love will find you. Everybody is meant to love. In this new turn, finding your person, find that person. That person will find you. But you have to open up yourself to the experiences and the opportunities for you to find that person that will knock your socks off. So whenever you look at them, like, oh my God. And it's like that for me today. I've been with my boo for 5 years, and I still am turned on. I'm still I get butterflies when I know I have to go out with him, or he makes me giggle. Y'all think that Anissa and Willie was giggling, child? I'll be 54 this year, and I still giggle. He's like I said, he's a few years younger than me, and I learn from him, and I feel connected. I feel equal to him. I feel support. It's so many of those things that your list will tell you what you need when you find that person. I knew exactly when I found him what I didn't want, and he's everything that I do want, because I knew what I wasn't trying to fool with this time, because I had to do it twice for me to get it right. So I'm wishing you all the best. I wish them the best, because love will find you. It will. Although there's a lot going on in this world and our nation, love still exists because God still exists. Okay. So thank you for joining me on this journey with the Later Daters on Netflix, season 1. Maybe they'll be back for season 2, and I won't wait so late next time. And I just got booked for a show. I'm so excited. I will be doing a local show of Steel Magnolias, and I'm mean ass Weezer. I might smile a lot, but I'm a beast on the stage. I promise you that. I went through my auditions last week. I know the director. She's a really good friend of mine, but that doesn't mean that I knew that I was going to get the part. I didn't know that until I got the letter, the email that I got it. So I got the part, and we start rehearsal soon. So that's why I wanted to get this video out, so that I won't have to be trying to do something later, or neglect, because I have to spend as much time learning these lines as possible, because it's a wordy play. So and I'll be at rehearsal. So if you don't see me anymore anytime soon, you might see me do some shorts if I see something that pops up that's a little quirky and funny. And I do have something in mind for the next review. It's gonna be different, and hopefully I get people to watch those reviews And it's going to take a lot of time for me to do those, but I'm going to do them. I'm definitely going to do them. And it's going to be longer. It's going to be longer. So hopefully you are well. Please be safe out there. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of the later daters. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.